Johnson, and my kiddo is almost 7.5. I found out something wasn't quite normal at the I think it was 20-week ultrasound, and followed up with a specialist, and they were calling it cloacal anomaly. So I didn't know that it was bladder exstrophy from the beginning, but then once he was born in Tulsa, a urologist saw him and said that he knows a urologist in Oklahoma City who knows exactly what this is. So at that time, I still didn't know until we made it to Oklahoma City. So he was about 24 hours old when I found out it was bladder exstrophy. Had I known before, I probably would have had a little less anxiety about it, because I would have actually had a diagnosis for it, and it had been able to look up more resources specific to bladder exstrophy, because what I was looking up didn't have me prepared at all. And then also I could have been prepared for, knowing, maybe having him in Oklahoma City where his doctor was, or, reaching out to other parents and kind of planning for it, because I had no idea, and it was just all like a whirlwind. The specialist, the prenatal specialist that I saw, did encourage me to, look around, look at some of the top hospitals that have NICUs, because she was sure that he would need to go to the NICU. I wasn't sure that I needed to find a urologist, so I wasn't necessarily looking for urology. I was just looking at really good children's hospitals. And I have family all over, so I was looking in different states and thinking, well, I could stay there for a while. But then ended up just deciding in Tulsa, there's a great hospital that has a great NICU. And so just ended up deciding to have him there. If you can wait a little while, that kind of prepares you a little better, and you have time to kind of navigate through it all. And then asking their approach to the surgery, how long they're going to be in the hospital, what resources do they have to help you prepare for it. Because I don't think that I was really young, and so I don't feel like I was fully prepared. I just knew it'd be surgery, and then that was it. I didn't really know what the hospital stay was going to be like, or what it was going to be like when we got home with all the catheters, and my son had the external fixator, and I didn't know what it was going to be like to care for that. And so maybe just a little more preparation. Ways that I kind of coped was, on social media, on Facebook, there's several, but when my son was born, there were just a couple Facebook groups that I found, and that it had adults with bladder exstrophy on there. It had parents with little kids with bladder exstrophy on there. And so I joined those groups, and then, began asking questions and reading different people's stories. And that was a huge resource to me, in that way. I honestly, and then talking with the doctor, on the Facebook group, I've connected with a lot of people who also have the same doctor. And so that's been really neat. And then people all over the world. And so far, we've actually befriended someone with a little girl. She's a couple years younger than my son, but we've became close with them. They live in Texas, so we FaceTime often, and we've gone to visit them. And that's been really fun to let the kids connect, and also us, because then when things are going on, we'll call each other and kind of talk about it, vent, or kind of run it by each other and give each other ideas. Initially, I think a lot of my help came from Emily. She was the social worker that worked there, and she helped me kind of navigate how to, I guess, create normalcy for him. So a lot of like social workers and therapies are what helped us the most. And then for me, just constantly reassuring him and just being a positive support, because it is hard, but also trying to find like the positive in everything as to how we kind of navigate through it. Yeah, he does go to school. That was a challenge because currently he is incontinent. And so I had to work really hard with the school to allow him to, have a private restroom, and to make sure that this is all very private for him, and that, they help protect him in that way, and that other kiddos don't comment and notice those things about him, and allowing him appropriate time to use the restroom, because it is a lot different than a normal kiddo just going to the bathroom. I just think that it has been very challenging at times, but I think the important part too was Dr. Kropp has always been very reassuring and very, very positive. He's just kept everything really positive, which kind of has helped me keep everything really positive, because in the beginning, it's really scary. Now it's a lot less, like now kind of what to expect, but in the beginning I didn't. And constantly there was just reassurance of, you're doing such a great job. He looks so amazing. And then I would go home and I'm like, oh my gosh, he does look so good. And he is doing so good. And that would make me feel a lot better. And I think that's helped me kind of keep positive during all of it too.
Katie Jacobs, and I'm 7.